sheath. So medical doctors now, what they're finding in clinical practice is that if they give their patients...
All right, David, you're no longer the authority. Now my wife has the floor.
Okay.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, welcome everybody here. Oh, Donna Sellard. Okay. Well, I know you just signed up someone not too long time ago. I
Oh
saw
my
it.
gosh.
Yes. So it's going for you
She
pretty
is
good.
sprouting her wings and is becoming a superstar. I love it. I love it. Everybody is starting to. Ron may have a guy that he's going to bring on before long.
Yeah,
He's
so
not going to tell anybody about it. It's all top secret right now, but I think that he's got a good connection
top
coming up.
secret. Yes. Well, welcome everybody here tonight. How are you all doing? Just give me a.
We have James
me this,
Bond.
if you're doing
James
good.
Bond is in the
Yeah.
room.
James Bond.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, John Moore. Sorry.
He had to pick on you, John. That's the. But anyway, I want to tell you something. It is my husband's 60th birthday. So.
And I say I'm 60 all the time, but see what it is that
Yes.
I tell my wife, because she tells me, I started saying it about 2 or 3 months ago. She says, well, you're not 60 yet. I said, I was in my mama for 9 months. I said, I am definitely 60 years old. So, but yeah, today officially I turned 60.
Yes.
Facebook is going to tell you in a couple of weeks I'm 60, but that's not really accurate. That's to keep Uncle Sam at bay so he don't know who I am.
Okay. But anyway, we almost canceled it because it is his day and we were
I'm trying to catch up with John.
We're doing a lot of activities.
I'm almost caught up with Ron.
Okay, very nice.
You know he was 10 times older than me when I was born.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. No, Ron, are you really?
Yeah. He's soon to be 7.
And he just he's doing his studies in naturopathic medicine. So you see, you're never old.
Keep
Never.
in mind, though, and this is something he did correct me on. He said
That's okay.
not all states, they recognize that type
Well, no,
of
when you're a
degree.
naturopathic doctor, they don't recognize you in a lot of states. That's a very common problem. I have a friend who is a naturopathic doctor in Georgia, and she told me not to ever call her doctor for legal reasons, because Georgia doesn't recognize doctors who are not naturopaths.
So we'll just say he's an NP.
You know, what happened was that when Rockefellers took over medicine, I don't know if you know that history, you should all study that history of medicine, how Rockefellers took it over when oil industry became big, and they pushed all of the homeopathic, naturopathic, and herbalists, they pushed them aside and started to discredit them, and they started to make these oil-based or petroleum-based drugs. So when you see a physician today, which, I believe that a lot of them are very good people who went to this health field for their passion of helping people. But medicine is like a pizza. And when I say like a pizza, doctor, like, you know how when you cut the pizza, right, like you make a cross, you cut it, and then you cut it that way, so you have 6 of the pieces. So take that one little piece of pizza that you just cut, and that one piece is what the doctors are. They only know pharma drugs and surgery, but that's not the whole medicine, because how you get better is not by drugs and surgery, though sometimes you do. I mean, if you are caught with appendicitis somewhere, you want really good surgeon, you want really good doctor to save your life, right? Or when you are in a car accident or your leg breaks or something like that, you really need a good allopathic doctor. So
we can reset a leg.
Can you admit people?
Yeah, I'll admit them.
So you definitely need very well-trained conventional allopathic doctors, and some of them are really good at what they do. And but I will tell you, when it comes to chronic illness or keep yourself healthy, they are the worst things ever. Like, they will keep your diabetes in check for a certain amount of time, but your disease is still progressing. Okay. And a lot of people are caught in a trial and error cycle. Like they're sick for so many years and they can't get better, like nothing works, and they tried this and they tried that and they tried this, and they're on bunch of drugs, but nothing is getting better. And they think, and they actually come to a stage where they accept it and they just think they have to live that way. So I am learning that you don't have to live that way. You don't have to accept it, and you can take it into your own hands. So since we are not in a naturopathic class right now, right, Ron, but we are in Lifewave, so I better just stop talking like this. But Lifewave is a huge part of wellness and getting better. And just to remind everybody that it is a photobiomodulation. And I told Steve to bring up an article on photobiomodulation.
I have it already.
Okay,
And,
so I was thinking we could read it, so that way you understand what patches truly are. It is not a supplement. A lot of people do call it a supplement, which I disagree. It's not a supplement. It is a medical device. And what you're providing for people is photobiomodulation. But is that the only thing that will take care of all of their illness? No. Some people get better and then they're asking me, well, why do I still suffer this or still suffer that? And they admit that a lot of areas of their life got better and they feel better on a patch, but they're still not 100%. Well, first of all, it takes time. That's number one. But number two, care for your health is not only putting a patch on you. You have to truly decide that you're going to kind of address every area of your life. And I say dress for health. What is dress for health? So what is the D stands for? Anybody know?
D?
D.
Dadgum.
No.
Okay.
It's diet.
Oh, forget
It's
that
diet,
one.
because
Dadgum,
look,
forget that diet.
right, you see, the patch will wake up your stem cells. They are starting to work on all of these tissues and organs that are so, for many, many years, have been damaged. But then what are we doing to ourselves? We are re-damaging ourselves, right? So if you don't change a lot of other areas of your life, guess what happens? Your own stem cells just can't keep up. And you know, we are in a toxic world. So you need to address all areas that apply. So again, dress. First is a diet. What is R?
Regret
Just
that you
kinda-
had to go on a diet.
Regret. Oh, that sounds really good. It's a rest.
Oh.
You need rest. And what I
I
mean
can go
by
for that
rest
one.
is a sleeping. Sleep is a major, major part of your health. If you're not sleeping, then you're not going to get better.
And that's interesting because today I was watching videos of people that live over 100, and one of the ladies that was over 100, I think she's 107, she said one of the most important things was a good night's sleep.
Right. Yes. So, you know what? Let's just go really quickly through this here, because you know what? I do remember that it is his birthday and we said we're going to be very short. So why don't we just go right there? And I will,
Well,
yeah.
you can take your time. I'm fine, but you take your time.
No, you need to start reading this.
Okay.
All right.
Do I
So
start right here? Description of treatment?
yes.
Okay. What are we reading about anyway?
This is a photobiomodulation that is a huge part of, this is basically what the patch is.
Okay.
Because
All
a lot of people, I'm in contact with people and they say it's a supplement, and it's not a supplement. Don't call it a supplement because it's a disservice to what it is. You need to understand this product, and the product is actually medical device, and it is a phototherapy, and how it works, it's quite remarkable. So I have found this article, and where is it? Where is your mouse here?
Right here.
Okay, so we go up to, it's American Society for Laser Medicine and Surgery, okay? And they published what photobiomodulation actually is. We have receptors for light in our skin, in our body. And you need to know that this device is basically catching the light that your own body emits and brings it back into your body, and it's a near infrared light frequency. And these are energies that go into your body that have a power to heal and wake up your stem cells. But as I said in the beginning, which I can give you this lecture, full lecture on all of this later when we have more time, because I'm kind of watching time now because we have plans for his birthday still. But so it is a movie, guys. Okay, I cooked for him and we have a movie, so nothing bad. But anyway,
Are you blushing?
Well,
I'm
yeah,
blushing.
just
Okay, go ahead.
So, right. So where was I?
Okay, we're talking about photobiomodulation
Yes.
and
Right.
something
So
like that.
yes. So it basically what David Schmidt created is not, he did not invent photobiomodulation. Photobiomodulation is a very old therapy, and they use big machines, and people have to go to the clinic for 30 minutes twice a week to get healed a certain area of the body. What David Schmidt did, well, he was able to create a tiny patch that instead of just a certain area of the body and only 30 minutes, okay, will give you photobiomodulation for full 12 hours systemically on entire body. And
Yes.
that's what he created. That's his invention. But you need to understand what photobiomodulation does, and also tell people it is not a heal all everything while you can eat cheesecake every 2 hours. Okay, you have to address your lifestyle, your sleeping habits, your rest, your exercise, some supplementation. And I can't go into supplementation because some people over supplement, and I can talk about this later. It's a very big area, but supplementation is very important as well, because our soil is so depleted. Like imagine in the 1950, you can eat 1 carrot a day and you would get enough beta carotene and other things that carrot
Now you have
has.
to do what,
Now you
50?
have to do about 20 carrots, 20, to get the
Same
same
beta thing.
same thing out of these carrots. What in 1950 people got out of 1. So imagine depletion of our soil, how bad it is. So you definitely need especially minerals. Okay, but
So anyway,
anyway,
you want to scroll down to where we need to read?
I want you to read this article for them. It's not that just not
start.
the whole thing, but
There are
not
numerous examples of light-induced photochemical reactions in biological systems. Our vision is based upon light interacting with sensitive cells in our retinas called photoreceptors. When the light is absorbed by these cells, a photochemical reaction occurs, converting light energy into electrical signals that are transmitted to the visual processing centers of the brain. Vitamin D synthesis in our skin is another example of photochemical reaction. When the ultraviolet BUVB wavelength in sunlight strikes our skin, it converts a universally present form of cholesterol, 7-dehydrocholesterol, to vitamin D3. The negative effects of the absence of light on the human body are also well known. 2 examples include seasonal affect disorder, which is called SAD, and lack of vitamin D production leading to rickets. Photobiomodulation, PBM, is a term used to describe the mechanistic scientific basis for this photonic specialty, and photobiomodulation therapy, PBMT, as the term for its therapeutic application. PBMT was first developed in the 1960s. During the early years, this emerging photonic application was plagued by a number of problems, including inconsistent terminology. A number of terms were introduced, such as biostimulation, consensus in the field, PBM, PBMT, are now considered.
You missed
Oh, did
it.
I miss a
Cold,
line?
cold, cool laser.
Cold, cool laser, low level laser therapy, soft laser, low power laser therapy, based on recent consensus in the field, PBM,
Photobiomodulation.
yep, and PBMT
Therapy, photobiomodulation therapy are
are
now
now considered
considered.
the terms of choice. In 2015, thanks to the efforts of Dr. Pravin Arani, PBMT was added to the National Library of Medicine MESH database as an entry term to the existing record of laser therapy. Low level, in summary, photobiomodulation and photobiomodulation therapy are accurate and specific terms for this effect and important therapeutic application of light.
Okay, so later it tells you about the devices, what they're using, and this is what Dr. Tesla was telling us, that he went to convention when they were introducing photobiomodulation for veterinary doctors to heal animals, and he was amazed that a little patch was systemic and does a lot more, and he didn't have to purchase a $50,000 lasers.
As he said,
Okay.
he had studied the patents that David Schmidt had done. He said he knew about photobiomodulation therapy or laser light therapy that are done in veterinarian clinics as well as in chiropractor offices, things of that nature there. He said they've been around for a number of years now, but of course he was at the convention. He said they were really heavily promoting it now, that you should get these expensive machines to do this type of therapy for pets. And he said, and they do work. He said, but when he looked and researched the patents of David Schmidt, he discovered that scientifically the patch is more advanced technology than anything on the market in photobiomodulation therapy. So these laser therapies that they have, where they be cold, and I've actually had one done years ago. A lady I knew, she did one on my lower back. I had some really serious knots in there, and within 10-15 minutes of using it, those knots were all gone.
Yeah, but now you have a
Now
systemic
I
one.
wear a systemic patch, and I really have to say I want to thank Brother Ron for sharing with me a little bit more knowledge about
Acupressure.
acupressure points, because when I moved it off of C7 just a little half an inch down, you want to talk about a difference. Everybody, I hear people say, well, I've got energy and I've got this and I've got that, and my pain went away immediately, and that doesn't happen for everybody. I get that.
Ron,
right?
maybe you can give us sometime, not tonight, but sometime, a little bit of lecture on energy systems of the body and places,
It
where it
definitely
can make a difference.
made a huge difference.
But anyway, let me just go with my plan here. Description of
go ahead.
treatment in this therapy. And sorry, I had him read this, the difficult scientific part. I did it on purpose because I know he's
She's
struggling.
better at those words than I am.
That's good. I'm just
But my
trying to
arms
do-
started healing again,
Yes.
and now rapidly now my skin is changing. It started doing pretty good, and then it had stopped, and then it started back, and when Ron told me where to move the patch to, it's like night and day. My thumbnail is almost completely
I'm
healed
telling
now.
you, on Steve, like he's right now, we started patches November. It was almost a year now, right? That we are on patches. Because like November last year.
For me,
And
anyway,
he
yes.
lost enormous amount of weight. His blood pressure has normalized to an unbelievable numbers. It's like
I've
he's
lost
like
30 pounds now. I was
Yes.
at 220 pounds. I weighed actually this morning, I'm 190.
so many things are improving. It's incredible. I did not have to return to any treatment in psychology or, for I told you I was on ketamine in a pretty bad shape because it causes also brain balance. It balances your hormones. And so if you wear it every single day and you start noticing or changing every area of your life, and you become aware that you yourself are responsible for your health by the way you live, Okay, and patch is an addition to all of these other changes that you do in your life. That will be amazing, because imagine if you improve your diet, if you really watch your diet, and remember, the color of health is green. That's the color of health.
And David Schmidt
Okay,
preaches these
you
things.
need green leaves.
Yep.
You need to eat a lot of greens, salads, vegetables.
I
That's
was
what you
grazing
need.
in the yard today.
Right, I'm feeding him this. That's what I constantly make for him. So he's snacking on right now he's snacking on grapes that are nicely organic. So you have to kind of really develop that plan for yourself and know that once you add a patch to it, then your stem cells don't have to work as hard. But imagine when you're using a patch, you feel a little better, and next thing you do is constant wrong diet, non-movement, sitting all day by the TV, on a couch, or by the computer, and you barely moved your body. We are created to move. We can't be sitting all day. So start walking, start your walking exercises, purchase weights, and start lifting those weights and moving your muscles. And you will see how everything will come together, and your life and your health will start improving. But anyway, with this photobiomodulation, in this therapy, a light source is placed near or in contact with the skin, allowing the light energy, photons, to penetrate tissue, where it interacts with chromophores located in cells, resulting in photophysical and photochemical changes that lead to alterations at the molecular, cellular, and tissue levels of the body. Light induces a complex chain of physiological reactions in diseased and damaged tissues to accelerate wound healing and tissue regeneration, increase circulation, reduce acute inflammation, reduce acute and chronic pain, and help restore normal cellular function. Interestingly, recent research indicates that light can enhance performance in normal tissues and cells. So, and this article also names it's a pain relief, which a lot of people are reporting this. If their pain doesn't go totally away, it will go away by at least 50%. And I can tell you myself, before I started this patch, I was in a really bad shape in every way you can imagine, but I had a major bone pain and muscle pain. Sometimes I couldn't even walk. I was telling Steve, I feel like I'm 80 or 90-year-old that can't walk and I'm full of arthritis or something. Well, it was kind of like a fibromyalgia, and it was somatic pain from, trauma. I believe trauma kind of goes into a body and starts causing a lot of dysfunctions. So after the use of patch, I don't have that anymore. I don't have bone pain and muscle pain. And if I don't have a patch on for several days, then these things will come back. So patch is a must for me. It's part of my everyday life. So it targets inflammation, and we know that Eon patch is a twin to X39. These two work together the best, and they make each other stronger. So if your client has to go only with one patch, of course it's X39. It's the elite patch or the systemic patch that you all must have. You cannot be without. But if they can afford more than one patch, definitely Eon, because Eon and X39 together are a powerhouse for inflammation, reducing inflammation, and I call it natural prednisone, okay? So sports injuries, that's very well known, and we had athletes several times on already. We made videos with them, right?
Yep.
And
John Moore is a former athlete as well.
And he's not former athlete. I think he's still an athlete.
Well,
You know
you're
how
right. He
out.
still hasn't given up.
Right. So when it says potential complications here, there is no complications. It will tell you about studies, how in the past they would say that would have complication, and recent studies and advances in laser therapy, they actually found out that it's not true, that it doesn't have any complications. So if you want, we can drop this
I already put
article.
the link in the description for everybody.
Right. So when you're giving this patch to other people and offering it, you're offering something incredible and special, something that their stem cells can awaken and help repair body on cellular level, as you can see what photobiomodulation does. But always remind them, if they stay sitting on a couch, if they stay in a bad relationships, if they're going to be verbally abusive to others and others being verbally abusive to them, that means that they are under constant mental stress, anger, hatred. Okay, all of these things. When they eat cheesecake every 2 hours with a 40 grams of sugar in it, white sugar is a poison. It's absolute poison to your body. If you are completely healthy, you can handle about 12 grams per day, and you are still hurting yourself, but you can probably handle it. But if you are just diseased just a little bit, or you have a little dysbiosis in your gut, and you eat just 5 grams of sugar, that can already create an enormous problem in your body. And you won't know what it is from. And it's from that sugar you just ate. So white sugar is such a poison. It should not be in the stores at all. So what do you do instead of white sugar? You have a stevia.
Brown sugar.
No sugar. Oh. Stevia without additives, coconut sugar, monk fruit with no erythritol in it.
That is good.
You can put some, yes.
Sure enough.
So, and if you have in a moderate amount a raw unfiltered honey, okay, that's a wonderful sweetener as well for your tea and stuff. So make sure that you take care of all of areas of your life and balance work with pleasure as well. That's very important. And adding patch to that regimen is just the most amazing thing you can do for your body for healing. All right. So any questions tonight?
Before we take questions,
yes.
Let me say real quick.
I forgot. And I will forget. I'm sorry. I have so much in my mind. My sister from Slovakia, Monica is her name, and then I'll give you a word, okay? She was here with me in July, if you remember. I wasn't available because I was with her. I see her only every 2 years for a month. So she was here with me, and I put her on a patch, and I sent her home with a bunch of patches. She's on a patch now. Well, she left end of July, so August, September, now it's October. And she just went for her blood tests. She suffers diabetes, quite bad diabetes. And she suffered blood clots in her hand. One hand was just developing blood clots, okay? Blood clotting disorder. And she studied some disorder that they wanted to put on her diagnosis of epilepsy, which I told her, do not buy that. Don't tell them it's not true, and do not allow them to put this diagnosis on you. So she just kind of started to just fall in the middle of a street out of nowhere, but they don't know what it was or whatever. She just went for a blood test, and doctor said, "What are you doing?" Like, she's under her care for about 7 years now, and on a lot of medications. I have to tell you, my sister takes a lot of meds.
She's same age as I am.
And the only thing she added was that patch now. Well, her blood is improving. I just talked to her yesterday, and she said, "Look, my blood clots are gone. My circulation is improved. I am in so less pain. I just feel better. Can you make sure you send me patches because I can't be without them." So her own doctor in Slovakia was asking, what is she doing? She said, my sister gave me this patch. So her doctor is now looking into the photobiomodulation patch in Slovakia. So I was very happy to hear this, that she has such amazing benefits. But now, of course, everybody in her family, her husband, and everybody wants those patches. So I told them they need to go and get a second job because I can only supply it for her. So, but anyway, I just wanted to tell you
That
this.
is amazing.
Yes, Monica,
is.
I forgot to tell you, Steve. Yesterday I talked to her.
You have to get her patches sent right away.
Yes.
So, and we need to see if we can send them from Europe rather than here, so that they can be better cared for.
Yes, that's
So,
right. And she
absolutely.
can do it from Ireland.
Wow, that is amazing. I didn't even know that testimony.
Yes,
So that is
I-
really
I-
amazing.
We had no time, Steve. I talked to her
Yes.
yesterday. Her blood work is improving, and she's like, "My blood work is better." It never happened. Never.
And she's probably not had them now for probably close to a
No,
month.
she has it still
She still
because we
has
sent
them?
her home with enough. You
Okay.
know, we
All right,
gave her
good,
birth of
good.
3 months. So
Okay, good, good.
yeah.
So excellent. So all right, now the other thing I wanted to share with you guys real quick. This weekend coming up, starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, Friday and Saturday is Lifewave's big global conference. When this first came up, they sold out of tickets so quick. We weren't expecting that to happen, so we didn't order tickets for it. However, on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Steve and Gina Merritt has put together at a hotel there. They're doing a huge conference there for people for free. There's no charge whatsoever. You just have to get there and pay your room wherever you're at, but they're going to do that. So we're definitely going for that. And the reason we're going to is because for us, we feel like you just had the conference. Steve and Gina's going to know everything that happened. Of course, you can get a virtual ticket for the conference too.
Well,
where
we
you
can
listen
do
to
we
it.
can do the live for you from there, so we can have it live on.
Well, Steve and Gina, I got to ask Steve if he normally always approves it for me, but I'll try to do
Oh,
that.
he will approve it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will. So that way you can be there with us through the computer, through the phone.
I'm actually going to take two our big cameras so that I can actually get a better recording of
Okay.
it. And then that way, if it doesn't go good on live, we'll be able to load it to where people can hear it much better. So either way, we're planning on being there. So if you happen to have the ability and you can come down to Dallas for that Sunday, we'll be there Sunday. If you're already coming for the event, even we'll be jealous. We'll just want to know if we can slip into your suitcase. But other than that, you know, maybe we'll see. Ron might be able to make it down. We don't know for sure yet, but you know, it may be a long way for some of you. I know for Kathleen, it'd be a long way to go, but that's okay. You know, you could start on your cruise today and come down the West Coast there till you hit about, you know, I don't know, San Diego,
But at the same
covered
time,
wagon the rest of the way across, and you'll be there on time, Kathleen.
you don't have to go because like we will definitely have it on a video.
Yes.
So don't worry if you can't.
Sister
And
Denise, or were you planning on going down there?
I don't think she does.
Because that girl is always at somewhere.
No, I won't be able to go.
That's okay.
Right.
All right.
And I understand. We kind of.
I'll tell you why I really wanted to go, even to Steve. Steve will actually have, like, he always sells patches there and stuff like that too. So I know they got this new product coming out, and I have a feeling they're going to make it available at the national conference. So I feel like Steve's going to have already the inside scoop and probably done bought like 1,000 of them or something, to where we could probably get a hold of this product that's supposed to, it has 100% success and acts within 15 seconds of putting it on. So I am really, really, really curious about this.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping too for the, they were making the organic supplement as well. So
The powdered
hopefully that'll
supplement.
be ready too, you know, because I'm not the best grass grazer on the planet.
I make him, don't worry. But yes, any questions now? We are here for to answer questions if we know the answers. And if not, we have to kind of stop if you want to.
Yeah, that's
To
fine.
our
No, I
program.
understand.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Kathleen.
Well, first of all, happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you.
But I just regarding back to trying to get those slides from X30. Well, no, this is at team.com, which still haven't been able to get the slides to upload to the Zoom. And I left Mia a call this week and didn't get follow up yet.
I'll try to get up with Mia for you. I know that I think what it is with a lot of people is because of that conference, everybody's brain is on that.
No, but really,
but-
what is that? What slides? What are
Go ahead and
these?
send Mia.
There's an upload that you upload from this is it team upload. It's it's the latest one as well with all the new slides on it.
Okay. All right.
It's the second one that's just below the price
as well.
the new products with the information sheet. Just the second one there.
Okay.
Just
All
don't know how to upload it onto Zoom.
Yeah, because that's going to be the other thing too. And I know it won't probably happen this coming Sunday, but probably the Sunday afterwards. We'll share as much as we can this coming Sunday night after that meeting that day, depending on how things go. I mean, we could end up having to go meet someone.
Well, we kind of think we will be in a hotel by 8 p.m. and then we can do a Zoom out of Dallas.
Unless the only thing that
Right.
could change that is if we were going somewhere with Steve or if David Schmidt said, "Hey guys, look, I want you to come over tonight," which we know that's funny, right? But,
Yeah,
you
I don't
hey,
know.
if we can get an inside scoop, is what we're saying. We'll try to do anything we
Hey,
can.
it seems
for you
like
guys.
Kathleen has a technical issue. So you're saying that it is on? Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded those slides today. And for Zoom, you could just do a screen share and show all of them as a presentation. Okay. So you have to understand how to do a presentation with Zoom with screen share, and they'll be able to see all of them while you do your Zoom.
Denise, can I connect you and Kathleen together in a text where you can help her out on that?
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll do that then. So go
I've
ahead.
got a
Let me get my phone.
Just one more thing. I
I
just
want to
wanted
learn how to do that too. Yes.
to let's do it together. One more thing.
Let's all together then.
Mhm.
Let's do it together. One more thing. I just wanted to share. I had the most amazing patch party yesterday, Friday. Had 12 women there.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
Yeah,
You're
and
so
you know what?
good.
God is so divine, although we all know that. But so they had a lot of other things on the agenda. They're kind of worldly people. And but anyway, just when I started talking, this lady stopped me and she says, "You won't believe it. Yesterday I met a man and he had damaged his thumb and he had showed me this patch that he put on." So I had everybody in the palm of my hand listening, and I had really worked on the presentation all week off by memory. So I was doing it on a flip chart because I wasn't able to download those slides. But anyway, it was very effective. And so now these ladies asked me if I'd go to their home and do patch parties with them. So I'm looking forward to how this is all going to roll out. Just wanted to share that with you.
That is amazing.
That is very, very good. Very nice.
I'm
That's
telling you, it's
nice.
like the old days of the Tupperware parties. My mother made me put all of them.
Although
right?
this is better. Yes.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, this is Brian and Jennifer.
Hi guys.
Hi. Just like testimony, it's pretty amazing. Our neighbor just signed him up in the last week, but before I signed him up, I'd also given him some patches. And he's got a lot of health issues. His wife just passed away in July. And his wife, before she passed away, she said, "I'm really worried about my husband's health," and all that. But anyways, he could hardly walk. He's now walking. He's walking faster. He's got more energy. And it's only been a very short time. So he was happy to get his patches. They just got delivered.
That is amazing.
That is. And these are, I'm telling you, you're going to have 95% of amazing testimonies versus 5% of people who are neutral or don't feel anything. And you will have maybe 1% of some sort of negatives. So if you withhold patches, you are doing this service to 95% of potential customers, because people are generally very happy with the patches and they want them. So always feel very confident with what you have and what you're offering to people. You are offering an amazing product, and it's always going to be improving too. David is improving it. And as far as business side of it, I know that they're making sure it stays legal on in every way possible. This is why changes came, and I actually do like the changes. Do you like the changes? Because I do. How about you,
Well,
Dennis?
we're gonna learn them for sure to get
Well,
better
they're
at what
not
we
that
can
hard.
present 'em.
Actually, it's not that different. But I like them. I kind of like those circles better than all these old diamond and silver and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So it looked kind of cheesy before. Now it looks a little more modern. So I just kind of like the changes. Um, anyway, we had Janice. Do you want to ask anything?
Yes, I have a friend that has been having amazing results just in 11 days. And somebody told her she lost her hearing with COVID. And somebody told her to start using nicotine, that will restore your hearing. So she is going to stop using the patch and go on the nicotine for 2 weeks. And she just told me on Friday, that was day 11, she just told me that she went to her nutritionist, and her nutritionist told her that she's starting to have frequencies in her left ear. And so, have you heard of the nicotine repairing COVID?
Okay, let me tell you
No,
this.
but we've heard of the patch giving back hearing to a man that was deaf, that wasn't deaf because of COVID, he was just deaf.
Okay, nicotine, there is a, I would say, rumor out there, which that might be a good rumor, or I don't know how scientifically it's proven. You know,
It's Dr. Artis. Do you know
Dr.
Dr.
Ardis
Artis?
is saying that, and I'm very well aware of Dr. Ardis having shows on the nicotine patches helping COVID. It's not scientifically proven. It's just
Okay.
so it just, he seems to believe this.
Yeah, I remember
He's
when he
got
came
his
out with
own way of explaining it, and I will tell you, I never caught on to that because I'm like, listen, our bodies are created to heal. We have enough good things that, in my functional medicine studies now, I'm seeing what can really repair the body, and I'm seeing power for the biomodulation, which is very scientifically proven. So listen, it won't hurt if she puts a nicotine patch on, but she should also use X39
Yeah, you
and
don't have
never
to
stop
stop.
it. She
Because
doesn't have
it's
to
not going
stop
to
X.
interfere with it, because
Right.
X39 is not, it's not going to put anything in her body.
Is this like financial? She's doing either or what?
No, she wants to stop the X39 to see if the nicotine solved her hearing problem.
Okay, nicotine is not
But
going to
she's
fix
already
it here.
started to get frequencies back in her ear, so that's a good sign in
Okay,
itself.
that's what they're saying, that people who smoked cigarettes didn't get COVID. Like they were protected because of nicotine, okay, in cigarettes. So this is where it comes from. So she can have the nicotine on if that's what she believes in. But I would not stop X39 because that gives you and activates your dormant stem cells. And without stem cells, there is very little repairment going on in your body. You need stem cells to repair.
You
How
know
old,
what
especially
what
if
could
she's
probably
aging.
help her too, Janice, and it's okay to do the nicotine, to give it a shot. I mean, I would if I was in that condition. If there's a hope, go for it. And we'll come to you, Kathleen, in 1 second. But what I would say though is this here. There's a lot of testimonies out there. If you want, Janice, I'll get you with Jason. A good friend of his was damaged from and I won't say the word because we're going to have this on YouTube, but he was damaged neurologically and couldn't walk. He's on the patches and he can fully walk again. It was a long road for him, but and it wasn't fully just the patch, but the patches is what he claims is what really brought him back to life again. So there's a lot of amazing things out there, and sometimes maybe it would just be more encouraging. And I only say that not to say that if she doesn't want to use it for right now, that's no problem. But I wouldn't, like Yana says, I wouldn't discontinue it because there's too many good things that it's doing besides that as you're going along. Okay, Kathleen.
Oh, hi. I had a question the other day about people that have knee implants. And, because I guess someone had said that because the tissue grows back, would it grow with that, or especially I was talking about the X39 and the X39 together, would their cartilage be growing or would there be any side effects? So maybe you can ask David Schmidt.
Yeah, I don't really know the answer to that, but I mean, I know there's people. My aunt has a rod from all the way to the top of her back to the bottom, and she has used the X39. And in fact, they were going to do a third back surgery, but she was able to avoid that because she went on that. But I told her in the beginning too. I said, I did it because help her out with it because of dementia. But I said, when it comes to your spine and the rod in your back, I don't know how it's going to work with that because you've got something that's not part of you.
Mm-hmm.
But she swears up and down that it took away her pain, and eventually the doctors just didn't do surgery because they didn't see a need for it. So, but I don't know what it did. I really don't.
Well, I kind of wondered the same thought with people with pacemakers.
There is, I think, a policy. They don't recommend it when people have implants like that.
And I don't know if though.
But I don't know if that's the case or not. Or I mean, it's just like it's transplants, not pacemakers.
I'm gonna ask you, brother, here because
they don't affect the pacemaker.
They don't affect pacemakers. Okay.
I have one.
Okay. And they don't.
There's your answer there then, Kathleen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just, the reason I'm asking that too is because, Ron, your gallbladder that grew back. And I'm thinking, well, maybe,
No, he's thyroid.
Thyroid is what his doctor told him. He didn't have to have medicine no more for it. So
did it really grow back, or it's just like a saying, it grew back because your hormones got balanced, so you...
Well, they cut it out, and part of it had that, what do they call it, Hashimoto disease?
Yes.
And anyway, he said the natural hormone was coming back. So
that's amazing.
I don't know.
Right? It's amazing.
That is, I was wondering about that because Steve keeps saying, and I'm like, would it like grow something back, or you have still a little part of it that was able to activate?
Well, they left one piece that had Hashimoto disease.
Okay.
And that's the part that probably started growing back.
Okay, see, because I will tell you, I was looking more scientifically into patches because I'm doing my studies now, and if you don't hear from me, I had to take a longer time answer you because I'm like really deeply into my studies. But what initially happens that 80%, and you all know it, 80% of your immune system and health is in a gut. And we all have very damaged gut just from hybridization of wheat, which happened in 1950s. So it produces gut inflammation, and villi and microvilli in your gut system are all probably flat and damaged, and a lot of biofilm is there, and you have that dysbiosis in gut. But what this patch does is actually helping gut. It's restoring all of that gut, and when gut gets restored, amazingly enough, all of your other organs are getting better. Like, for example, and I don't know if Ron, if you know this from your studies, but I was shocked to know that heart failure is a gut disease. That rheumatoid arthritis is a gut disease, and doctors will go and heal the symptom, right? But they don't heal the problem where it all began. Like, do you know what's
the foundation of all of our health runs through our gut?
Yes. And then it starts in brain as well, because this vagus nerve connects your gut to your brain. So when you have negative emotion, hatred, fear is a biggie. Like when you hear fear mongering, soon this is going bad, this is gonna go bad, this is gonna, and you hear it 24 hours a day, which I say it's okay to be informed, but at one point during your day, put that in one closet and lock the closet and say, okay, I got enough of that. And now you go and feel good about life, feel good that you are here, and find something to be enjoying something, find something good in this bad, okay? Otherwise, it's going to affect you so badly that you're going to start getting sick. So, but what I want to say with patch, that photobiomodulation starts healing the lining of your gut. And when that happens, suddenly your heart gets better. Your whole hormonal system gets better. And why? Because of 80% of your health is in your gut. And
I can testify to that because I've been diagnosed most of my life with IBS and leaky gut.
yes,
And I've tried so many health products and things, and I've gotten a little relief here and there, but not long term. These patches, I am not having those gut issues. And every month we're going on our 5th month almost. Yeah. And I mean, it's like 90% better, and it's just continuing like in so many ways. And I was an iridologist and a naturopathic doctor also in the past. And Dr. Bernard Jensen, who did the iridology, the whole book is based on colon. Anytime you're really ill, you have to clean that colon up. You got to heal and repair that colon because it does affect every organ in your body. And like you were saying, Yana, right? Did I say that right? Is that your name?
yes.
Okay. That's my aunt's name too. So like you were saying, it's the gut brain axis. They both feed off of each other.
Yes.
And they said that people will be stronger, have less paranoia, less fear, everything, if they have the right bacteria in their gut. But if not, they're going to be the most feeble, frail, weak, fearful people. And
yes.
yeah.
And Jennifer, what you just said is so true. And the patch is so amazing because it actually, how we said, like, people start these patches and they have all kinds of illnesses and they start them for, I'm hoping to get better with my arthritis or with my this or this or this. And they are 3 months on the patch. They text me and say, well, I feel less pain, but I'm still sick with this and this, and I'm thinking, okay, your stem cells are activating. They're going to work where your body thinks is the most important survival for you. Not what you think. Your body thinks on its own. Your cells think independently of your frontal lobe. Okay, they have their own intelligence. So they're going to what they think is the most important for your survival. And you might want this fixed, but instead something else is getting fixed that you either didn't know you had or something that your body thinks must be first. And I noticed that it actually goes and heals your gut first. It starts literally healing your mucosal side of your gut where the microvilli and villi are, and restoring those slowly. But if you keep re-damaging it with a bunch of sugar and white flour and your lifestyle, then imagine what your stem cells have to do. Keep doing it over and over and over, and you come damage it again and over and over and over. They want to work, but they can't. So that's why I say have this systemic approach to health. But these patches will literally redo your gut. And I have a proof of my own husband who was extremely sick with leaky gut, gluten intolerance to highest degree. And I will tell you, he was so sick. And these patches have literally healed his gut to a point that everything else is getting better. His blood pressure is starting to normalize. I mean, it's amazing. So give patches a chance to activate your stem cells. but do your part in reducing all of these other things that contribute to constant reintoxication. So that way you get healed faster. You know what I mean? Almost feels like we have to give this comprehensive health education in naturopathic education, because people just don't realize, unless you really actively make a very sound decision that you are definitely going to change the way you live every day, that you're going to turn off computer at 7 or 8 o'clock, 2 hours before you go to bed, make your room cold and make it very dark. You need to make it very, very dark and cold, and tell yourself you're going to sleep. You must sleep for 7-8 hours for restoration of your body. And then you're going to start making green juices, start making more collard greens and add them to your every meal you eat. Collard greens, spinach, salads, beets, carrots, make carrot juice. Now it's a pomegranate season, so why don't you buy several pomegranates and juice them, because pomegranates are amazing at expelling parasites out of your body. And Costco has them now. They're very expensive, I agree, but you're doing it for your body, you know? So squeeze out a fresh pomegranate juice and have 8 ounces of it every single day and drink it so the parasites can leave. So these type of things, you need to educate yourself and truly invest into your health and start exercising, start moving. Because
Can I add
you
something?
can have like the best body even at the age of 80. Did you know that your muscles will not age if you exercise? They won't.
That's right.
You can keep them healthy.
With X39. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Well, I had a skincare clinic for years. I had sebaceous acne. And so the cure of the acne, the sebaceous acne, when I was 27, was from the inside out. And so that was psyllium husk with 13 different herbs. And I provide that recipe in my presentation and to anyone using the patch.
Yes.
I provide that to them, as well as the mineral water.
Yes.
And then yesterday, during the study, or during the This Is It training yesterday, there was a gentleman, Jay, and he had some great advice. He sets a timer 3 times in the afternoon, 12, 2, and 4. And each time he drinks 30 ounces of water.
Yes.
Like you said, if it's not on the calendar, he said it doesn't happen. And I realized 30 ounces each time, that's a lot of water. But, you know, a lot of times I believe that's the bigger issue with people not getting, is they're not flushing. They're literally not flushing.
Right. And if you know, David Schmidt says that when you start patch, you need to increase hydration. And that's very important, because the patch, these energies work with water in your body and literally change your water from viscous, from molasses-like, into a very nice liquid state within your cells. And if you don't provide water to your body, your patch cannot work. It just can't work properly. Sometimes when people tell you, my patch don't work, it's simply because they're not drinking, and they will tell you, well, I'm drinking. Well, no, write it down. And I want to see your honest water drinking. Write it down for me. How much do you truly drink? Like, stop and willingly write it down. How much do you drink? Because I can guarantee you that 95% of people are walking around super dehydrated. And then when they have coffee, they dehydrate even more. So if you are a coffee drinker, which I am, that's part of my culture. That's one bad habit I cannot ever give up. But I will tell you, if you drink coffee with your food, you will not absorb nutrients. So always drink coffee away from food, 2 hours away from food by itself, never with food, or you will never absorb nutrients. 40% of nutrients, minerals, or even iron does not absorb when you have coffee with food. So be careful with stuff like that. Read and get yourself health coach who is very educated in these things, and 6 months with a health coach, and you learn the lifestyle, learn how to live. And I can tell you, put a patch on, start exercising, start sleeping, start thinking positive thoughts. And we are here Christians. Isn't that what New Testament teaches us?
Mhm.
I mean, it doesn't tell us be in fear. What does it tell us? Have joy, for I have overcome the world. I mean, crazy stuff will happen, that's true. But if you don't find joy within you and a reason to live, you will be a very sick person. So all of this comes together. It's a kind of comprehensive approach, and then patch on top of it to wake up your stem cells, and you will see a major health change.
Stephen,
Yes.
I really feel a connection with Kathleen, and if we could get her permission, could you
Yes.
text me her phone number?
Is that good for you, Kathleen?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'll
I
get
love
you
it.
connected tonight.
And
Love,
what y'all
power, and a sound mind.
Yes, absolutely. God bless. Yana, what you were saying is so true, because there's another scripture that says, a broken spirit drieth the bones.
Yes, and then
So,
and laughing is a healing to the bones, right?
yep.
That's so true.
And happy birthday again, Stephen. You guys should go celebrate.
Yep, thank you.
We celebrated like half a day already, right? Since 1 o'clock, we did.
I'm wore out.
Shall we sing to you? We all turn the mics off and sing.
Oh my
You know?
gosh.
Now he will be really embarrassed. You can't.
Spirit's willing.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
he's 66.
The body is weak.
My daughter was all depressed today. She said she's got old parents and she's really worried about it. And I was like, well, no, your dad's life is just beginning, honey. It's just beginning. He's gonna look, he's losing weight, his blood pressure normalized.
I
He's
just don't
getting
have
better.
arms like Ron and John.
But he will,
They
because
both got guns under their shirts.
well, didn't we gave each other promise we're gonna start really exercising, and we start slow, but we're gonna start doing really.
Yep, I'm gonna chase you around the desk, and then you chase me around the desk.
Right.
That's our exercise.
Brian and I have been following Stephen for quite a while now, and we both were saying before we knew you were on the patches, wow, he's looking better. He just looks healthier. He just, looks so amazing now. So when we heard about it, we're like, that's a no-brainer. That's a testimony right there in and of itself.
Amen.
Mhm.
Thank you for texting me Kathleen's number. Kathleen, I'll send you a text.
All right, guys. Well, we
Okay.
love all y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night, and thank you for all the.
Y'all do the
wishes,
same.
and I appreciate it. John, we'll see you.
We'll see you Tuesday morning. All right.
All right.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you, John.
Happy
Y'all have a good
birthday.
night.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
guys.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Ron. Bye, Donna. All you guys. I appreciate Janice and
Yes.
so many more that are out here as well.
We love
God
you
bless
all,
you
guys.
all. All right.
Love you too.
Stop recording now.